This year's theme, Public Interest in the Era of Technology, Media Accountability and National Values, could not be more timely. We are living in a digital age where the speed and scale of information dissemination are unprecedented. Technology has become both a powerful tool and a destructive force too. In this era, the role of media is not just to inform, it is to uphold truth, reinforce national values, and defend the public interest. The media must not only reflect who we are as a society, but also help shape who we aspire to be in the future.
We celebrate World Press Freedom Day, freedom of the media, but also accountability and responsibility. And it's national values, a combination of those and responsibility.
Access to information enhances public participation in governance and also addresses the culture of secrecy, which usually breeds impunity, inefficiency, and corruption in government. Access to information equips citizens with the requisite knowledge about government policies, procedures, and decisions, thereby enabling them to have meaningful participation in matters that concern them. Further, the media acts as a watchdog and platform for democratic discourse, which is crucial for holding the government accountable to the people.
As we stand at the intersection of rapid technological advancement and evolving societal expectations, the media's role in upholding public interest has never been more critical.
No country can thrive without free, independent, and a vibrant media. As we continue to celebrate this year's World Press Freedom Day, let us pay attention to the welfare of journalists as a critical subject to ensure that there is fair pay and better terms and conditions of service so that we can also respect the rights of the journalist. The media, on the other hand, must also adhere to the true calling, which means adhering to the truth. We have to respect our professional code of ethics and remain bold in our work to have an impact to the society.
Today, we are talking about artificial intelligence. We are now in an era where AI can transcribe, caption, generate graphics, research, edit, and proofread. Some African countries have already begun integrating AI into their newsrooms. In Kenya, conversations have started, but we must move with speed. As the Kenya Editors Guild, we are committed to working with stakeholders to build capacity for editors and reporters, create platforms for these conversations, and partner with academia to research the status of AI in our newsrooms, the challenges, possible solutions, and progress in policy formulation. We are also exploring ways AI can generate revenue to sustain journalism.
The effect of AI, social media, citizen journalism has challenged traditional media, and this calls for renewed focus on ethics, accountability, and putting the public interest first. We have witnessed how powerful the digital platform have become in influencing public discourse in Kenya and certainly globally.
We have a responsibility to our audience to inform, to educate, maybe to entertain. But when it gets to a point where you're afraid first, then it means there's a big problem.
What do we need to do going forward? I think number one, people like myself and many other institutions and even the Media Council itself, we need to set aside budgets for litigation, and to protect the space for journalists to be able to do their work.
We should start working together as opposed to working in silos, because you realize that this space is quite populated and everyone is trying to do something different, but we are all working towards a common goal. So perhaps it's about time, even as we talk about preparedness, it's about time we started working together so that we support each other and we strengthen each other, because we all bring different strengths to the table.
We must collectively and purposefully defend the freedom of the media that we have. And just repeating what my colleagues have said, we must continue reviewing. I know there are a number of things that have been done in terms of reviewing the current media laws and identifying those that are inconsistent with the Constitution, lobbying, doing collaborations, just to ensure that we maintain the freedom as envisioned in the 2010 Constitution.
The press is fed by many different sources. I think financially, we tend to think about funding first, but I think the more interesting conversation is, where do the narratives come from? Where do the stories of courage, where do the stories of human interest come from? And primarily that comes from the public, and particularly the more active and vocal parts of the public. So I think the role of the press is to continue to nurture people's voice and agency, so that they can, in turn, provide material for publication.
Truth, of course, is very, very key, okay? We have a responsibility because we are citizens of this country. This is where we live, and we should really care about this country. But we should not run away from the truth. There are times that we should hold back, but we should not lie. We should not do things that will affect the trust and the credibility, or even ruin or affect the security of this country. But as journalists, we should prioritize issues that are of public importance. Our work is because of the good of the public.
In terms of our trainings and capacity building, we do emphasize on objectivity, accuracy, doing a lot of research before putting across your content. It takes a lot of time. It takes, good investment in terms of money, human resource, and time. So for me, I feel newsrooms can actually do better. But then we keep saying they can do better in terms of accurate reporting, investigative reporting, and so on. But are there resources for all this?
Many times when you walk in newsrooms, we journalists find it very difficult to find this. We mistake public interest largely with what interests the public.
Good journalism and sustainable media houses, someone has to finance that. You can't, when you talk about, because the journalists here, they have to go home, they have bills to pay, and they have to live a life. So, and that's why you get, it's almost an idea of shifting goalposts here and there. You want government advertising, then you have to put people to account, because if you cover the government too well, then there will be no viewership or readership, and then there will be no advertisement, and therefore you'll not be able to pay your bills and go down. Then if you really go hard on government and give us a few hard-hitting headlines, you will get more viewership, and maybe your red card will go up and all that. Balancing that is a matter of, you balance is both academic, a little wisdom and all that. But I think one thing we need to crack is about who will finance credible media.
The media plays a pivotal role in disseminating information, raising awareness and educating citizens, thereby influencing their perceptions and shaping their views and attitudes towards topical issues, particularly on governance.
Technology has changed everything. The speed of news, the reach of stories, and the expectations placed on media professionals. We now operate in a world where a single tweet or post or reporting can ignite public discourse or destroy reputations, morals, and a nation. And as gatekeepers of information, we must ask ourselves, are we publishing because it's true or because it trends? Are we informing or simply amplifying the noise? We must fight for accuracy over attention and truth over traffic.
Today, I reiterate that I wish for us to stand together and ensure a thriving, profitable, and secure environment where we can operate effectively. Let's challenge ourselves to build systems where accountability flows both ways, from the media to the public, and the industry to its own.
So let us be accountable to the people we serve. And let us never forget that in every broadcast headline or tweet lies the power to either build or break. Together, let us safeguard the future of our media, and through it, the future of our country.